everyone, this is Mitadru Datta from IITkgp, and in this video we are going to talk about the basic stuffs about plotting graphs in machine learning. So using Python Malplot Live, which we installed it in our previous video, we are going to plot graphs using that. So by the end of this video you will be able to plot points on Python graphs, draw discrete as well as smooth curve, and you can also superimpose two curves with their respective colors. So I will request you to watch this video till the end. So what is actually Matplotlib? It is the primary library used in Python to plot and customize graphs in Python. Its attribute Pyplot is most commonly used for our purpose. Ways to import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So whenever we are going to use this library, we can simply write PLT dot something. Now the scatter and show function. So the code goes something like this. As you saw, we need to import it this way. Now we need to reference two lists as our coordinates. The lists will be something like x will contain x1 x2 x3 and y will contain y1 y2 y3, and our corresponding points will be x1 comma y1 x2 comma y2 and x3 comma y3. So if we do scatter of two lists, we will get the corresponding plot. And to show our plot, basically if we do just scatter and run the program, nothing will actually happen. We need to show it plt.show. So this will be displayed. You can see I told you 1 comma 2, the points are plotted. So it does not mean that it has to be in a straight line only. There may be any points, right, in the x and y lists, and there may be points scattered all over the graph. You can do it as you wish. So now the plot function, you can see that this function is basically joins the points which you plotted using scatter. You plotted few points using scatter, and using plot you can simply join. So you remember one thing, you should not use plot when you have a point scattered all over the graph, or else the graph will make you remember about your childhood days. That you can understand, right? If the points are scattered all over the graph and you plot this function, so those we will run, that how to make the best line fit using those without being without the zigzag lines and all. You can really visualize that, I think. The arguments for plot, so there is one argument. The first whatever letter you will write, that represents the color. You can be R for red, B for blue, and so on. You can do it this way. And double dash, if you give it, means it will be a hyphenated line all over the curve. So you can customize your graphs like this. You can try out other styles, like you can also use triangle to change these. I will show you that. And you can also use like hyphen and dot. You can also, then the entire curve will be hyphen dot hyphen dot hyphen. That way you can customize it in your own way. To make it more sensible, you can use the color function, color red marker. If you see, after giving the marker, the point becomes triangle. So this is really helpful when you are plotting different classes of points, right? Some points you may be required as a triangle, some are squares. You can use marker equals to p. P means pentagon. So there will be pentagon plot. You can try it out using the Jupyter notebook. As I told you, you can write this, and you can means modify the code and change it little bit. And you understand basically what will happen if you do slight modification, like write p and discover other various functions. In this way you can also set the line width as 1, so you can basically change and see what happens if you put line width at 5. You will see that these markers are no longer visible. So what idea of line width you should have this. Now to use numpy with plotting. First we import numpy. So what basically happens, we can refer, instead of a list we can refer an array also, x, right? 1 2 3 4 we can use the array. And suppose we want to plot the graph of y equals to x square. So we do this and do scatter and then plot. So the points you see are correct at 1 comma 1 2 comma 4 3 comma 9 4 comma 16. So the points are correct. But do you think this looks like y equals to x square curve? Of course not, right? This is not a y equal to x square curve. So what to do next? How to make it more smooth? So there is a function of numpy known as a range. To a, we are referencing x as our numpy array, so we can do np.range start stop step. What this means, there are three arguments of start stop step. It will start with 0, it will end just before 5, and with a step of 0.1 it will go. Means what does our x now contain? Our x will now contain 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 and so on till 4.9. If you notice this curve, the plot of 5 isn't plotted. 5 comma 25 isn't plotted, it is just before 5, 4.9. So using this you can easily do it, scatter. So now this curves looks more or less smooth, right? To make it more smooth you can write 0.01, so it will be perfect. So now you can say that these points I don't want, so you can just remove it. You can, if you, even if you don't give the points scatter, now it won't matter, right? We are not joining it like that, we are just plotting it using a range. So the scatter is not compulsory. You can remove the discrete rods by simply deleting the code which scatter. So you can simply superimpose two curves by writing it two times, like np.arange and y and y1, two different variables you need to assign, and then plt.plot x comma y color. You can set the graphs of different color in this way, and then you show. So labeling the curve, you can see it in this way. Just you need to modify the plot function. Plot function which you used, you just need to write an extra argument of label. Suppose, let us assume these are the number of days and these are the population of insect which I am measuring. So you can suppose this is insect 1 and insect 2 is red. So you can just simply specify it in this way, and to show it at the top you need to write plt.legend. This is the thing which will make this legend show it at the top. So yeah guys, that's all from this video. In the next video we will see more on how to customize the graph and how to plot complicated graphs like sin x and all. Thanks a lot.